All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. This is the day, the next level day that the Lord has made. We're rejoicing and we're glad in it. If you're coming on, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know Ramonepreston, the squad. We're live on this beautiful Friday right here in the Buckhead community of Atlanta. Today is Friday, August the 19th. We are one day away from our 2 events in one day. Tomorrow, August the 20th, Saturday, right here in Buckhead at the Marriott Buckhead Conference Center. I'm actually hosting 2 events in one day. So we're one day away from those 2 amazing events. I'm super excited to have an opportunity to share some information with you today. So please hit the like button, hit the share button, put what city you're watching me from in the comments. Just go to the comments and type what city you're watching me from, what city you're representing today. Also, I want to make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page. If you haven't subscribed, please be sure to subscribe. For those of you that are just coming on, welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. I'm your host, Ramonepreston. And every Monday through Friday, I try my best to get here at 12 o'clock noon unless I'm ripping and running these Buckhead Atlanta streets. But otherwise, we are here every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon. And we come here on this show to share information with you that we know can help you properly start, properly structure, and at some point scale your businesses, your ministries, if you have ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. That's what we do here at Ramonepreston Enterprises. We're business and financial and somewhat real estate as well, because we do real estate too. But business and financial consulting, coaching, and education is what we do every day here at Ramonepreston Enterprises. And we do that through different programs, different products and services, and courses and things that we provide here as consultants, coaches, and educators. And so guess what? We come on this show and we take pieces of information that we know works in our life. Everything I share with you is working in my life. So I'm not sharing no information with you on this show that I don't know nothing about. And you're not going to be able to go back and see me talking about things that I really don't know nothing about, unless I'm just telling you I don't know nothing about it. But if I'm teaching you certain concepts and principles, if I'm giving you information, it's because I'm living it, I'm doing it, it's working for me, and it's working for my students and my clients. So even when there are principles and concepts that I teach or provide for my clients and students, and they get extraordinary results, we bring that information to you because I want you to know that, number one, there are reliable sources on social media that you can trust to give you the right information. It's a lot of stuff going on right now on social media. We got a lot of internet gurus, a lot of social media influencers, and sometimes it's hard to discern and differentiate the fake from the real, the successful from the unsuccessful, people who are really doing it and executing it, and people who just talking about it and who are just philosophizing. You know, they're just giving you ideals and theories, but they're not living it. So today I want to talk a little bit about the Millionaire Mastermind. Okay, so as I said, tomorrow I'm going to be hosting 2 events. Our main event is going to be 12 o'clock noon to 4 p.m. So literally, you can RSVP today if you haven't, and you could join me for 4 hours and be a part of a deep dive that I'm sharing with you millionaire principles, millionaire concepts, millionaire strategies. I'm giving you my playbook, the blueprint that I have used to get to where I am. So I can't give you something that I don't use. If I'm giving you something that I don't use, it's really not reliable. But because I've used it and I have 19 years of entrepreneurial experience and success with that experience, that's a big difference. To prove to you, to show you that my life and my body of work and the success, what you see in my life, in my business, is proof that what I'm sharing with you works. Like if I was failing in business, if I was failing financially and I was sharing these principles, I mean, they could be real principles, but unless they working for me, like, it's really not believable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not believable. So I want you to really take the time to think about a lot of these principles that I'm sharing with you. So tomorrow we're hosting a mastermind, all right? And by the way, if you have any questions while we're on the show, please put the questions in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions that you might have, okay? If you have any questions, just put your questions in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But I just want you to be a part of this Millionaire Mastermind. It's a free event that I'm hosting, and every quarter we try to host a free event. Sometimes it's different, sometimes it's the same, but every quarter we try to host a free event to provide you and our community members an opportunity to get in and to really get an idea of what exactly am I sharing? What am I talking about? Because if we're selling programs, if we're selling courses and you don't really know what we're selling and how valuable what we're offering you is, then you might not never have an opportunity to get it. So this free event is going to really be good for you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're the leader financially of your family, you're the breadwinner, you're the head of the household, or even if it's you and your spouse and y'all trying to figure out, like, what's the next move for us in our finances? What's the next move for us in our business? If you know you're looking for what the next thing is, or how to really scale your finances, how can you get out of the rat race? How can you implement certain principles and practices to get out of debt and to really create a solid, sustainable, successful business? I'm going to be sharing a lot of those principles with you. So all you have to do is go to Ramonepreston.com/event. Ramonepreston.com/event. That's Ramonepreston.com/event. And on that event page, you're going to see our Millionaire Mastermind. You can RSVP for free for the Millionaire Mastermind. You can actually sign up and RSVP other people that might be attending with you, whether it's in person or virtual. But we need to know that because we're going to have workbooks. We're going to have workbooks that we'll be providing for you. And these workbooks are really going to be the walkthroughs for the things that I'm going to be teaching. Okay. And so you can RSVP at Ramonepreston.com/event for our Millionaire Mastermind. If for some reason you have trouble and you can't figure it out when you go to Ramonepreston.com/event, just feel free to call us while we're here today. Okay, we're doing a lot of work today. We're prepping up for tomorrow, and we want to make sure that we make a big splash and a big impact in your life. So we're in a season. We're in a season economically here, especially in the United States of America, and in a lot of places in the world. We're in a season where there's a lot going on, and people are uncertain about what they should be doing with their life. People are uncertain about what they should be doing in their business. People are uncertain about what they should be doing with their finances. And so we want to help you get that certainty back. We want to help you get that certainty back. But in order for you to get the certainty, you need the competence. Okay? I truly believe that. So your certainty, it is what you can use to breed competence. Okay, so let me just explain this to you. If you are uncertain about your financial future, if you're uncertain about your business success, if you're just not sure what you're doing as an entrepreneur is gonna work, you don't know, you're uncertain, you're unsure, and you really don't have the clarity that you need, well, that uncertainty is gonna affect your competence. So uncertainty is going to breed incompetence. So now you don't feel as competent. Okay? So certainty is the insurance. I want the assurance. I want the belief. I want to know that what I'm doing is actually going to work. What I'm doing is actually beneficial. I need that certainty. When you get that certainty, it's easier for you to develop the competence, because your competence is your ability to get something done. But you won't have the competence or the ability to get something done if you don't have the certainty. So where does your certainty come from? Well, your certainty is going to come from information. It's going to come from knowledge. It's going to come from education. That's where your certainty comes from. The more you learn, the more you know, the more education you get, and the more enlightened you become about certain concepts and principles, the more certain you get. Okay? Now, once you develop this certainty, because you got information, knowledge, and education, your certainty starts converting into or transforming into competence. So for example, if I don't know how to work my phone, or if I don't know how to turn the lights on in my studio, if I don't know how to work the camera, I have to learn how to work it. So now I need information from the manuals. I need to go to YouTube and Google, and I need to learn about working lights and cameras in a studio, correct? Well, once I learn it and I get knowledge on it, now I can practice it so that I can become more competent in it. So that I get to a point to where even if I walk in my office and I come back here in the studio and my lights are off, my camera's not on, and I'm the only one here, I can move around the room and work my way around the room. Why? Because I have certainty and I am competent enough to know what I'm doing. And so your competence is your ability to get things done. Okay, now remember, I'm talking about your business. This is what I'm talking about, your business, and I'm talking about your finances. So whether you own a business or not, you still have to have some type of certainty and competence in your finances. If you run a business or you plan on running a business, you need certainty on how to run that business. You need competence on how to run that business. And that means you're going to have to get information, knowledge, education, so that you can develop the ability to get things done. Now, once you get the certainty and you get the competence, guess what happens? You get the confidence. You get the confidence. Now you have the trust. Let's use that word trust. You have the trust. You have the assurance. You have the boldness. And you have the resilience to continue to do what you have the ability to do, because you know you have the right information. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs fall off at. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we're in a time, we're in a season right now economically that people are uncertain. A lot of entrepreneurs are uncertain about what things are going to be a year from now. If they're going to make it, they don't have enough money. They don't know how to hire people. They don't know how to build a business. Well, this uncertainty comes from a lack of information, a lack of knowledge, a lack of education. So they're not really investing their time and their energy and their effort and their money and resources into certainty, because they're not getting the right information. They're not learning the right things. And here's another part of this. You can be educating yourself on what you're good at doing, but it doesn't mean you educating yourself on business and finances. So when I talk to an entrepreneur, and an entrepreneur is good at doing a certain thing, they know what they're doing, they're good at this thing, but they do not have the ability to run a business. They don't know about finances. What that tells me is they're certain about the thing that they do. So if it's a product you sell or a service you provide, you're good at that. So you got your education in marketing, you got your education in training in painting, in landscaping, in apparel, or whatever it is that you do. Virtual assistant services, whatever the things are that you sell, you could be really good at that. You can have certainty in that skill. You can have competence in that skill. You can be confident in that skill. But what's going to happen is the moment you start doing it, your business and your finances are going to break down because you forgot to get these things in business. You forgot to get these things in your finances. And so you have to understand where you are right now and where all of us are, because the people, the entrepreneurs who are falling off, the entrepreneurs and business owners who are giving up, who are slowing down, who are like crossing their fingers and hoping and praying that this thing blows over. If it's a recession, inflation, contraction in the market, these are entrepreneurs who do not have the certainty. So you got to get your certainty up. And you don't want to just get certain on the thing that you do. You want to get certain on how to run a business. You want to get certain on knowing money different than other people. And when you get your certainty, because you got information, knowledge, and education, your certainty is going to breed. It's going to transform into competence. Now you got the ability to get things done because you know how to run a business. You know about financial literacy. You know how to move your business and your finances forward because you have the skill set to do the thing you do or to sell the thing you sell. But now you got the skill set to actually run the business and manage the money that you bring in your business. That's going to be very, very important. And once you get the competence, it's going to increase your confidence. Now you can trust yourself to make certain decisions. So if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have these three things, guess what? You're probably good at certain things, but because you're not good at business, you're not good at finances, you're probably paralyzed and you're going to miss opportunities. Like, I don't know if you're listening to the news, if you do research. I'm always doing my research. And right now, we're in the process of the greatest wealth transfer ever. The greatest wealth transfer ever. And so financial experts, economists, they are projecting between 2022 and 2030, just within the next 8 years, there's going to be about 30 trillion with a T, $30 trillion transferred from the baby boomer generation, those who are retiring right now, and that 30 trillion is going to be transferred to our generation, those of us who just pulling up our sleeves, getting started. But how is that wealth going to be transferred? That wealth is going to be transferred through business. It's going to be transferred through business. It's not going to be people to people. So the better you can get at understanding business, the better off you're going to be, because now you got certainty, you got competence, you got confidence. And I truly believe that your confidence, your trust, your assurance, your boldness, your resilience, I'm giving it to you right here. It creates or it breeds another level of commitment. I don't even know if I spelled that right, but it breeds another level of commitment. So now your commitment to business, your commitment to financial success, your commitment to becoming a millionaire increases. Why does it increase? Because you got confidence, competence, and certainty. So I talk to people sometimes, and when I listen to them and they lack commitment, I know it's not because they're lazy people. I know it's not because they have really given up on themselves. I know it's because they lack confidence. And they lack confidence because they're not competent. And they're not competent because they're not certain. So if you just look at this whole list of things that are essential, especially now in this season, in this time that we're in economically, you'll see how you're going to separate yourself from other entrepreneurs, and you're going to win this season. Like every time we have recessions and economic setbacks and in seasons of inflations, and where the markets start getting chaotic and things become volatile, you always have this group of people who rise out of this and become wealthy. They become millionaires. There have been more millionaires made during depressions and recessions than any time outside of those. So during the Great Depression, more millionaires were made. During the bank collapses and the 2008 recession, you always have more millionaires. And I always tell y'all this. I would have been one of those people back in 2008. Like what I'm doing now, I could have done in 2008. That was 14 years ago. But the reason why I didn't do it on the level I should have done it, because I lacked these things. I lacked certainty. There was certain information and knowledge and education I didn't have. I was still thinking like a middle class person. And so there were things that I missed. There were opportunities that I overlooked and I never paid attention to. I lacked competence because I didn't have the ability to get certain things done on a certain level. I lacked confidence. I didn't trust some of the things I was doing. I didn't have the full assurance. I didn't have the boldness and the resilience to go all the way with certain things because of the other things that I lacked. So when you have certainty, when you have competence, it breeds commitment. So what do you mean to be committed? It really means, I'm going to simplify it for you, to be all in. To be all in. So I'll ask you this question. When it comes to business success, when it comes to financial freedom, when it comes to you becoming a millionaire and being wealthy and establishing a legacy of wealth for you and for your family, are you, not just mentally, but are you operationally all in? Not just mentally, because it's easy for you to say, yeah, dog, I'm mentally all in. Bro, I'm with you, dog. I'm there. Bro, I'm there. Yeah, mentally you might be all in, but operationally, can you push all your chips to the middle of the table and say, oh, I got this? See, there was a time I couldn't do that. And the reason why you see me pushing so hard and going so hard and investing so much into myself and into my business and my staff and my organization as a whole, even with this event I'm hosting tomorrow. Think about it. I have a lot of clients, a lot of students. I have so many opportunities. I got so many things that I could be doing, but I'm carving out hours of my time tomorrow for free. So I have to pay for an event center. I have to make sure my staff is available to come. I've got to make sure if we need outside vendors. There are a lot of resources that we have to have and a lot of things that we need in order to facilitate a free event where anybody can just come and sit for 4 to 6 hours, get professional workbooks, get a professional expert who's already successful, giving you free information and tips and strategies and answering your questions. I'm doing all this for free, right? But I'm all in. I can do that because I'm all in. I know what I'm doing works. I have a proof of concept. I have enough success to show that, oh, this is it here. So I can get committed because I've got all these other things. So if there's anything lacking on this list, it all starts with certainty. It all starts with you getting different information, getting knowledge and education, not just in the skill that you do, whether it's a service you provide or a product you sell or both. It's the skill of actually running your business. Running your business is a skill set you have to develop. Do you understand what I'm saying? Running your business is a skill set. So whatever thing is that you do, you could be an investor, you could be a a painter, a construction worker, a freelancer, whatever the thing is you do. You can sell apparel, you can have your own store, whatever it is that you do. What I want you to understand is whatever you do, that's a skill set you've developed. Whether you went to school to get it, whether you just educated yourself and got good at it, and you tried it time and time again until you became good at it or whatever. Well, running a business is a skill set because there are certain skills, there are certain fundamental things that you need in order to run a business. Most entrepreneurs don't have the skill set of running a business. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just Googling their way to success, and they never get there. They just, YouTube their way to get to a certain point, and then they start plateauing. And this is why having coaches and consultants and having people who you pay a lot of money to in your life, this is why it's so important. Because when you hit blind spots and roadblocks, you need these people. You can't afford to wait until another time. You know how you run into something and you just don't have nobody to help you, and then you crash and burn, and then like a year later you meet somebody and they say something to you and you like, oh my God, I wish I knew you a year ago. Well, you just wasted a year because you didn't have that kind of person in your life right now because you did not understand the skill of running a business. And the skill set of running a business requires you to have those kind of people. There is no successful business owner that doesn't have, or who doesn't have, those type of people in their ecosystem. I actually call these people my credibility kit. So again, you need commitment. You need to go all in. And then once you get commitment, now you can breed consistency. Consistency is daily habits. Daily habits of success over time. Like just this alone is a lesson that can change your life. If you just accepted this and did it and executed on it, your life is going to change. Even if you didn't show up tomorrow to my free Millionaire Mastermind. So I want you to write this down because you need this. These are the things that you're going to need. So again, especially in this economic climate, okay, we are categorically in a recession. We've had two quarters where the GDP was negative, okay, it was going backwards. So that's categorically a recession. That would mean we need at least 2 quarters with the GDP moving forward for us to not be categorically in a recession. Well, that means we're going to have to wait until February, if not April of 2023 to find out if we are categorically out of recession. That's the earliest. So between now and February, what do you need to do so that recession, inflation, contraction, failure doesn't overwhelm you and get the best of you? What do you need to do? Here's what you need to do. You need to increase your certainty. This is what you need to do. Like, I know what I'm telling you is like gold, but this is what you need to do. This is like the mastermind. I'm giving you a mastermind before the mastermind, which, by the way, the things that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow during this mastermind is going to blow your mind. If you've never sat for a couple hours and really have participated in a mastermind, well, your mind is going to be mastered if you do. But this is like the teaser for you, okay? So let's just say we're in a recession right now. Let's say that inflation is getting the best of people. Interest rates are crazy. Industries and markets are chaotic. And let's just say you feel the temptation to want to give up, or you feel the temptation to just hold off and wait because you're paralyzed. You don't really know what to do. Well, you got to increase your certainty. Now, what do you need to increase your certainty on? Okay? Here's what you need to increase your certainty on. You need to increase your certainty on running your business. You need to increase your certainty on managing and multiplying your money. Those are the 2 main things you have to increase your certainty on. And again, you might be certain about what you're good at doing, But being good at doing something doesn't mean you're good at running a business or managing and multiplying your money. You might not even be good at making money, even though you have a skill set. I know a lot of people who are very skilled at doing things, but they don't know how to make money with the thing that they skilled at doing. You know why? Because they don't understand business and money. They have to learn these things. So you got to increase your certainty. How do you increase your certainty in business and finances? Here's how. Get more information. Get more knowledge and education. And stop thinking you're going to educate yourself. This is a big mistake a lot of entrepreneurs make. And every time you hear me say something like this, you can't automatically go to, yeah, you just trying to sell something, man. You just trying to make some money. Of course I'm trying to sell something because I know what I'm selling works. But more importantly for you, it's me giving you insight into what's actually going to work. So even though some people are in the business on the internet of just getting you to buy something and they don't want a relationship with you, they want to automate their whole life. They want you to just click a button, get access to a course. They don't want a business. They might be like a solopreneur making millions of dollars. Okay, that's not the way I run my business. Okay, I want a big business. I want a lot of employees. I want a lot of relationships. I want to get a lot of attention. I want to be known. I want to know people around the world. So my objective, my mission, vision, and my goal, it's all different. But here's my point. Even if they don't want to do it, I'm talking about entrepreneurs who are selling business and financial courses and programs. Even if they don't want to do a lot of the things an entrepreneur like me wants to do, it doesn't mean what they're saying is wrong. So when you hear people say you need to find someone that you can gravitate towards and learn everything you can that they know, that is important, because what it shows is your certainty is focused. Your certainty is directed towards the right information that works for you. So this is where you got to find and align yourself with someone who is speaking your language, who obviously captures your attention. It might not be me. I'm cool with that, but I still want the best for you, because you got to do that, okay? And then when you find that person, you go all in, even before you get down here to the commitment, with their information, with their knowledge, and with their education. Don't try to add 6 or 7 people's information together about business. It's gonna affect your certainty. I'm telling you. So a lot of people right now, here's what they do. They're going to watch me today. They're going to watch 3 or 4 other gurus today. They're going to go to somebody else's webinar tonight. They're going to come to my mastermind tomorrow. They'll be somewhere else at a masterclass Sunday. And then Monday they wake up and they confused about what they need to do. You know why? They don't have specific certainty, because they don't have specific information, knowledge, and education. They hadn't focused in on what's important. So even though I read other books and I listen to other people a little bit, but it's incremental compared to how I deep dive into the information and knowledge and education of my business coach. So I listen to everything my business coach says, and the people that he gives a voice to and a platform to, I'll listen to them, because I already know he's done his due diligence to make sure that they're in alignment with what his beliefs are. Now, it doesn't mean he's the smartest person in the world. It doesn't mean he knows everything. But what it means is I have the discipline and the focus to make a decision to choose to listen to something and not listen to everything. That's powerful. Like, if you could understand how powerful that is, it'll change your life. That is a big factor into me being who I am today and being where I am today, because I have not listened to everybody. I have not followed everybody. I have not taken what people say in, because I've always had just a few people in different areas of my life that I listen to, and that's it. I'm not listening to everybody, period. So you need to increase your certainty. When you increase your certainty, By increasing your information, knowledge, and education, you increase your competence. Now you feel more empowered with the ability to do, or with the ability to get things done. Now you feel like, wow, I can actually get something done and start making progress in my business because I ain't all over the place. Okay, you ain't all over the place. You ain't confused about where you going and what you doing, because you ain't trying to do everything. You're just doing something. I remember when me and my wife, we first started our entrepreneurial journey 19 years ago, right? And we was all real estate. That's all me and my wife talked about. Real estate, real estate, real estate. And we used to have so many people come to us with all these different business ideas. Oh, you should get into this. Oh, you should try this. Network marketing, multi-level marketing, other businesses that people were in. You should join this group, or you should learn how to do this and add that to that. And me and my wife used to always say, nope. We're not doing it. If it ain't in the world of real estate, we ain't doing it. And I'm so glad we stayed committed and focused on that, because what happened was we got so much information, knowledge, and education. We gained the competence to get things done in that field. And then as things opened up in real estate, like the financial side, like the business side, like there are so many different layers to real estate, we were able to dig deep into those layers and become more competent in real estate as a whole, because we wasn't jumping all over the place. We wasn't listening to everybody. We had a couple in particular that was doing what we wanted to do. They were millionaires doing it, and we gleaned from them. We learned everything we could from them. And the people they exposed us to gave us information, but it was all within this ecosystem. We didn't jump out of that. We wasn't jumping around. We wasn't listening to other people in real estate, because we knew this couple, they successful. They winning. They know something. And that gave us the lift we needed to get the certainty and the competence. And that competence leads to what? Confidence. Now, my wife and I got to a point to where we could trust and be assured and be bold and be resilient that real estate was what we should be doing. That's how we got started. That's how we started building a successful foundation for what we have done in our lives up to this point. We had the confidence. And then once we got to a place to where we were so confident that we supposed to be in real estate, and anything else that we do in life has to be symbiotic, or it has to flow with the world of real estate. It has to be interconnected to it somehow. Once we got that confidence, guess what happened? We got committed. We went all in. We went all in. And that, my friend, is what saved my wife and I from going under during the 2008 recession, which was primarily from real estate issues, right? It was the real estate market. It was the housing bubble. All of those things happened. And guess what? Because my wife and I, we were way down here in commitment in real estate. When that happened, all my wife and I did was just pivot, because we had enough information. We knew how to get things done. We had a level of boldness and resilience, and we were all in. We was like, well, we ain't got to move. We just gonna pivot. And we had people in the industry that we worked with, real estate agents, brokers, attorneys, lenders, appraisers, inspectors, investors, landlords, contractors. A lot of these people left the industry. You know why? Because they wasn't all in. Because they didn't have these other things. And then that led to consistency. Now our daily habits were all centered around real estate. And you got to do the same thing in your industry, in your field. But you got to wrap it with business and financial acumen. Okay? So I really want to urge you and encourage you to join me tomorrow. It's a free event, 4 hours. I'm going to be doing a deep dive during this Millionaire Mastermind. It's a free event. It's free. It's free. All you have to do is go to Ramonepreston.com/event. Ramonepreston.com/event. And you can join me tomorrow for a free Millionaire Mastermind. And it's going to be amazing. There are a lot of things that we're going to be talking about tomorrow. Let me just give you a few things that we'll be talking about. I have my workbook here. We'll be talking about how to reset your life and the areas that you need to reset your life for success. Like success requires you to reset. And success needs to be measured not just by impact, but it needs to be measured by income. All right? Your success needs to be measured by that, because that helps your brain understand what you're doing and where you're going. So we'll be talking about resetting. We'll be talking about goal setting. I'm going to be talking about other concepts and principles with regard to income classes. We'll be talking a little bit about the digitization of society and how we need to start pivoting over into the digital world more. I'll be sharing with you information about this concept that I put together called the SMS Matrix. It's about having the right business structure and building your marketing and your sales into your business structure, and how to properly position yourself in the market, and how to create the right sales and marketing systems and processes so you can see your revenue increase, because you've positioned yourself and structured your business the right way. We'll be doing a millionaire deep dive. I'll be walking you through my 5-step coaching and consulting process to really help you wrap your mind around what do you need to do moving forward as an entrepreneur, especially in this volatile, recession, inflated field environment and climate that we're in. It's going to be very, very good. We'll have some breakout sessions in between. We'll be doing some live Q&A, and we'll be sharing with you some success stories of people who are already a part of our ecosystem who are doing extremely well because they're taking the principles and the concepts that we're teaching them and providing for them, and they're executing them on a high level, and they're seeing results. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, for all of you that are prophetic, if you're prophetic and you want to join me for my morning session tomorrow, it's 9 a.m. to 11. We're going to have a prophetic encounter. You could join me for free as well. You will see the information on the events page. That's Ramonepreston.com/event. So I love and appreciate all of you. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow during our live events. And if you have any questions that you just need to ask, or any issues with RSVPing, you see the number behind me right here? Just call that number, 404-478-7213, 404-478-7213. Love and appreciate all of you. Have an amazing day. We'll see you back here Monday, same place, same time, 12 o'clock noon Eastern, on the Ramonepreston Show.